Welcome to The Legal Fix, a new age radio show brought to you by The Tough Law Firm. We're the toughest law firm in town, with the toughest lawyers around answering your toughest legal questions.
Hey, welcome to The Legal Fix. I'm your host, Bruce Tough, where we are tough for you and we answer the tough questions. All right, you know my co-hosts that are here with me every day. Boy Wonder, Brandon Riley, and super lawyer, Jeremy Hall. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hello, hello.
Are you guys awake?
Didn't see you over there, Bruce.
Yay, yay. Hey, I got some special guests. Our special guests today are law clerks in our law firm, Vincent Malore and Cortland Pettigrew. Hey, gentlemen, how you doing?
Hey.
You gon' get
AKA
And of
Mr.
course-
Incredible and Vincente Malori.
Okay, yeah, that's our code names for them. And then, of course, we have Mommy Manda here, who's going to keep us straight and on the right track. So, hey, guys, I got a tough question for you. How is it working in the Tough Law Firm?
Oh, it's amazing. I don't know. Every day is a challenge, but it's a fantastic one. You know, you're learning something every day.
You don't learn anything, do you, Cortland?
I'd say I learn a fair bit, which is to always let Vincent answer first in these sort of questions.
How's the
don't
honey
say
badger
anything
treating
negative.
me?
Oh, it's been absolutely
She
wonderful.
watches the show, so be careful.
Yes, see, exactly. We have to be very careful with what we say on here.
Very professional.
Very professional. That being said, I have yet to experience the honey badgerness that you all have been so particular about. So that's something to come in the future, I'm
She's
sure.
Brandon's nemesis.
Hey, Cortland, tell me a little bit about
Vince.
yourself, and you too, Vincent. Just give me a couple of sentences about where you came from, what you're doing, and how law school is.
All right. Well, as I've been introduced, I'm Cortland Pettigrew. I am an ascending 2L, which means that I've done 1 year of law school at the South Texas College of Law down here in Houston.
Good.
Yep.
Vincent.
Yes, sir. So I'm going to GW Law School.
G-Dub?
In the house, up in Washington, D.C., born and raised right here in Montgomery County, and, graduated from Sam Houston State University, so eat 'em up, cats.
Okay, let me ask you a tough question, Vincent. I'm going to start off. What do you know about business law? Because that's the topic for today. Can you tell me anything on the top of your head about business law? You smart law student.
Alrighty, well, just for starters, some basic things. If you're talking about business formation, there's all kinds of different ways that you can form a business. As you can have a sole proprietorship, you can have a partnership, and then you can go from corporation to LLC. There's certain benefits and cons to everything. If you look at a sole proprietorship, compare that to an LLC. An LLC, you're going to be held personally liable for any. You're going to be held personally liable.
Bruce, do you have insurance for
It's
these guys?
hemophilia.
Yes, I do. And they're completely wrong. So but we'll fix it.
That does
Okay.
not constitute legal advice. Disclaimer.
Yes, absolutely not. You make sure you hire the true attorneys at the Tough Law
You might
Firm
wanna
to
spot check
handle
that.
your legal matters.
Spot check that on the internet.
Okay, what else, Vincent? What else you know? Anything? Cortland, anything you want to add?
Yeah, pass.
I mean, when we get to that commercial business aspect, can't say I've taken any classes on it yet, and I don't want to fall into Vincent's little, misnomer for legal advice there. However, I can talk at length about contracts, which is something that I actually happen to specialize in. Top grade in my class my first semester, and one of the top grades in my second.
Callie.
What's the
Matt
three elements
flexing
of a
on him.
contract?
So in order to have a successful contract, there has to be an offer, acceptance, and consideration. In basically any contract whatsoever that you're going to start off with. An offer can be by words or actions if you've established some sort of a basis for how you're going to offer something. Acceptance can also be by words or actions, and consideration is one of those words that you can throw in a 3-page definition, or you can throw in a 1-sentence definition. It'll be about the same, make about the same amount of sense.
Can you
However,
have a series of contracts with your emails? Can they constitute a contract?
yes, they could actually be considered an enforceable binding written contract, along with something to go along those lines. Is that written doesn't just have to be with pen and paper or printed out physically. is that if it's something that you can read, it's going to be considered a written contract.
Good job, Cortland.
Good hire, Bruce.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and take a break, and then we're going to come back for our next segment. We're going to handle your toughest questions about business law, give you a little bit more information, and do a weekend review.
Weekend review.
I'm Bruce Tuff, principal of the Tuff Law Firm. We are a full-service law firm serving the greater Woodlands area and the greater Houston area. Contact us at 281-681-0808. We're tough for you.
Hi, I'm NASCAR driver Kyle Larson. Whatever I'm driving, I do everything I can to stay focused and safe. You should too. That means no drinking and driving, ever. Because even the smallest amount of alcohol can make you skid out of control. Don't be a loser and wreck your life. Be a winner. Don't drink and drive. Remember, drink, drive, go to jail.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk to them.
Top 40s. Dance. Latin. Country. Pop. Rock and roll. All at one station. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
I'm Bruce Tuff, principal of the Tuff Law Firm. We are a full-service law firm serving the greater Woodlands area and the greater Houston area. Contact us at 281-681-0808. We're tough for you. Hey, welcome back to the Legal Fix, where we are tough for you and we answer your toughest questions. I'm Bruce Tuff, your host, and we're going to do a little bit of week in review for the Tuff Law Firm.
Week in review.
So, hey guys, how was that roller coaster ride for this week? We won an appeal that was affirmed on a case that we have in the 457th. The Ninth Court of Appeals affirmed it. So that's how it started. Then we had a really
Gut
nice
punch.
Yeah, a really nice
Montgomery County
blistering
jury.
trial.
Just
Just a
amazing.
blistering trial. So, Jeremy Hall, what do you got for us?
G.I. Jerome.
It was a great learning experience at trial. I had a great time with you guys.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Jerome
By
did a scorching cross-examination of a neurologist that I thought was the best I've ever heard. I thought he was just going to do the top 10, but he just went and just completely scorched earth with it. It was so good.
Crushed it.
Yes.
Super
So you
got him.
disagree with 8 diagnosing doctors. Is that correct? Let me just get that straight. 8 diagnosing doctors.
Drops the mic.
And he said yes. Yeah, I actually called him a neuropsychologist to opposing counsel after the cross-examination. I said, where are your other docs at, by the way? I thought you guys were going to have 4 docs here. I had binders ready for all of them, and only one of them showed up. But he corrected me and said, no, he's a neurologist. And I was like,
woof,
you know
woof,
what?
woof,
We're off the
woof,
record
woof,
now.
woof.
There's no need for all that.
So hey, Jerome, how much sleep did you get for the whole week?
Not a whole lot. 1 or 2 hours per night, maybe.
Yeah.
So
Cut looks fresh, though.
I appreciate that.
You look like you're really good. I mean, you look refreshed. The rest of us look beat.
Thank you. I'm faking it.
Hey,
I'm
these guys,
hardcore
the
faking
two
it.
clerks, those two guys worked the day before the trial started. It was organizing how much 4,500 exhibits till 3 in the morning. Then they had to drive like north of here, go home and get ready and come back with 3 hours sleep maybe. Something like that.
Got
Thereabouts.
to do it. Got to put the work in.
That's what it's like.
We studied thousands of pages of medical records over the past 2 weeks, and so in honor of that, I have a medical term lightning round for Bruce and Brandon.
Oh, fire away, baby! Fire away.
Bruce, do you know anyone with an acute non-displaced fracture of the right acetabulum?
I do know someone.
I'm going to ask you to answer yes or no, only,
Yes.
counselor.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Brandon, do you know anyone with age indeterminate spondylosis?
Yes.
Bruce, do you know anyone with an L1 transverse process fracture?
Yes, I do.
Brandon, do you know anyone with
It's a little
idiosyncratic
wing. It's the wing
sudden
on the
sensory
back
neural
of it.
hearing
It's a
loss?
wing.
I don't think it's idiopathic, so no, I don't.
So that's a no.
No.
I pass the witnesses.
Wait.
Hey, I got a caller. Hey, well, the caller's calling in. We have business law today. This is what we're going to talk about. And Carlos, can you send that caller through, please? Thank you.
Welcome
Hello.
to the Legal
Hello.
Fix.
Hey, caller, welcome to the Legal Fix.
The
How can
Legal
we help
Fix.
The Legal Fix.
The Legal
Hello.
Fix?
you? Hi
So
there.
exciting to be here.
Great. Hi, welcome to the show. What's your name?
My name is Becky.
Hi, Becky. Great. Thanks for calling in.
Becky, do you have good hair?
I do.
I bet you're smart,
that
Becky.
song was about me.
I bet
Yep.
she's
So
smart.
you know
I-
Beyonce.
Hey, Jerome, do you think Becky's smart?
I do, but I don't want to get too deep into that.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Do you
Ready?
think she's wicked smart?
Okay, Becky, what's your
smartest.
question? I got to get the guys back on track. What can we help you with?
Okay, question. So currently I work as a wedding coordinator for a small business here locally, but I've been pushing my boss to expand our clientele, and she just isn't willing. So I'm ready to just venture off on my own and develop my business the way I want to. So I was wanting to know if you guys could help me through that process.
I can, and let me tell you what to do, Becky. We had a little bit of the introduction on the show, and Vincent was talking a little bit about your choice of the organization or your operating entity. And so what I'd recommend to do, if you're going to go into the wedding planning business, is you form a limited liability company. They're called LLCs. Very simple to set up. Not much money, I think a couple $100 with the Secretary of State, probably $600 to do it in the office. We actually do a more thorough operation if you have partners or members. And so the whole terminology is a lot different. So for the LLC, it's share certificates and member certificates and membership interests. And then you have members and managers, but it gives you full liability protection, limited liability company, and any of the profits are passed through to you directly as well as any of the losses. So those startup costs, if you're familiar with partnerships, then those are passed through in a K1 distribution to you. And then any income you make is passed to you through a K1, so it's in ordinary income. But we do this all the time. Choice of entity is one of the first considerations that you have, whether it's an S Corp, a C Corp, whether it's a LLC, or a professional limited liability company like I have, PLLC, or just a sole proprietorship. I don't recommend doing the wedding planning business as a sole proprietorship. That exposes you to a lot of liability, and if one of your guests gets overserved and something happens and there's an event that occurs, then you would be personally liable. With the LLC gives you that type of protection.
That's an issue.
Yes.
Becky's head is spinning, by the way.
Yeah.
Becky,
Oh, is
you
that
still
too
on?
much? Is that too much information? I'm sorry. I just kind of ran with it. Okay, I'm locked and
Attaboy.
loaded.
Full disclosure.
She's like, there's alphabet corp?
Yeah, I mean,
Well, what else? Did that help you out, Becky?
yeah, I mean, it's pretty risky going off on my own, so I'm a little concerned about initial costs. So what does that look like? I mean, how much are we talking? Is it a
It's
couple
not-
$100s? Is it thousands of dollars? What is that?
Well, we priced, the probably setting up a limited liability company about $2,500. We've done them for $1,500. Just depends on what's the sole member managed operation, or whether you have 2 or more people involved in it. Whether you need a company agreement, we can do all the filings. We get your employer identification number set up, so it's kind of an A to Z service we provide. But some people say, I just want mini LLCs. I don't want to put too much into it. I only have a limited budget. So we work with you on the costs all the time. Right?
How about her current employer, Bruce? Is there anything she needs to ask about with her current employer?
Well, what did you have in mind, Jerome?
Maybe a non-compete.
Oh, well, if she is
non-disclosure.
with a non-compete, that's the first thing that came to mind. Becky, if you have a non-compete with your current employer, branching off would be a violation of that non-compete if you're doing the same or similar business that you're involved in. So that would be a caution there. Yeah.
Okay, and how would I find that out? I mean, it's a pretty small business. I don't really remember signing anything
Did
like
you sign
that.
a contract?
Or, no, I don't believe so. Just your standard tax information, how to get a paycheck. I don't remember anything like that.
Okay. Well, probably you don't have one, but you can just check with your employer to see if there's anything. A lot of employers sometimes have these employee handbooks, and in the handbook has a non-compete kind of buried in it. And by signing the handbook, you're abiding by all the rules of the company, and you're agreeing to the non-compete provision. And there's also, you can't take any files or any information or client information, and that restricts you from going on to another business. So that would be something I'd want you to look at.
Okay.
Are you going to name your business Becky with the Good Hair?
It's a wedding business.
I can't disclose what I'm going to call it yet, because it's just going to be a surprise. Just going to pop up and take over Montgomery County. So there's that.
Hey,
So I know you guys have gotten me legally fixed, but whenever you're ready, I'm going to get you wedding fixed. If you
Hey,
ever
my
need
daughter's
did.
getting married.
Becky's honest.
My daughter's getting married. She needs a good wedding planner. Thank you, Becky. We'll keep you in
Perfect.
mind.
With the good
Please
hair.
call and let us know how we can use your services. In fact, we'll invite you on our show, and you can become a sponsor. And I know your business will be wildly successful.
Good sale, Bruce. Attaboy.
Sounds great.
Okay,
I
Becky.
definitely will.
Bruce, can an attorney have a non-compete?
Yeah, you can be a non-compete for attorney. I'd never sign one. Are you kidding me? No way.
Yeah,
No frickin' way. Would you ever sign a non-compete if you were an attorney? No way.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. Would you guys sign one?
Oh, it's funny you
get a
should bring that
non-compete
up.
for clerks. That's what we should do. Yeah.
Right.
It's called being
And a
retained, right?
confidentiality agreement because they're going to bust us all out. That's what's going to happen.
It's funny that you should bring that up. Something I've been working on for our office. I've spent the entire day researching non-competition clauses in Texas.
Outstanding. Outstanding.
Did you
Been
finish
pretty
that
fun.
other memo for California law?
No.
We're not talking about that.
That's
Get
next
out of here and go do it.
Honey Badger's coming after you.
Yeah, your time on the show's over. Go back to the office.
Hey, these guys, we have
Take an early
dropped
break.
a realtor and interest response, a TCPA response, and I'm sorry about the alphabet soup numbers, but Texas Citizens Protection Act. We got 3 or 4 appeals going on. We're in a jury trial. We've got another response due. We've got another trial coming up at the end of June. I mean, hell, what is it, the middle of June now almost, or getting close to it? And
It feels like a second
we have to
Monday.
take a breath, guys.
We got a full docket.
No rest for the wicked.
No doubt, no doubt. Any comments on the week in review, guys?
The trial. We got our legals fixed.
Legals fixed. Good. That's a
The
good
trial
one. I
this
like that.
weekend.
I like the legals fixed. But do you feel good about the affirmation from the Ninth Court of Appeals on the trial court standing issue? That was huge.
Yeah, that's pretty big. It
Yeah,
does
that's
feel good
big.
to be right.
Feels good to get a W.
It
Yes,
feels
sir.
good.
Yes, sir.
You got to take them where you can get them.
I know. Well, guys, okay, the clerks, you guys are staying how long in the office? Just want to commit you on the air that we haven't run you off yet, but you're almost. It's like, do we really expect to work this hard?
No, yeah. I mean,
What's the latest you've been in the office?
the latest? Oh man,
2:30?
2:30 to 3. Yeah, I got home at 3:30 when we were getting done with that, or getting ready for that trial.
Didn't you get pulled over on the way
That's
home?
AM, by the
Whoa,
way.
whoa,
That's
whoa, whoa.
AM 2:30.
Let me be very clear. When I got pulled over, it was for my license plate light was out, and they just, they were making sure that no funny business was happening in the park.
Was there, though?
I mean, I don't know what we consider funny, but we were doing some serious work in there.
Just working until 3 a.m. Yeah. Favorite moment from trial?
G.I. Jerome crossing a dock.
Bruce?
Sure. I think that was my all-time favorite. And then,
How about how it opened, Bruce? Can you shed a little light on the opening seconds of the trial with
the
Boy
opening.
Wonder?
Okay, here's the opening, real quick. So here we are. We're getting ready for trial. Got the whole office there. We were up till 3 in the morning. We had an opening statement to the jury.
Picked a jury.
Picked the jury. We're in courtroom. We're ready to go.
Tensions are high.
It's all high. Everything's good. And Boy Wonder is kicking off the show. He's like the lead-off batter, all right? But he can't find his bat. He can't find his batting glove. He can't find
my
his
helmet
shoe.
on.
His shoes are untied. He's looking around. You know, it's like it was. You know, I can't. I just had to turn my head. You know, his car. What actually happened to you? Okay, well, those painful.
He got locked out of his computer.
I'm only one man.
The
I was doing everything.
That's
And all eyes were on
that's
you.
my word. Okay?
All eyes were on you.
Judge, I'm afraid my computer isn't working.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just use my phone now.
Oh my.
That's what I told her. I mean,
What happened to pen and paper? You know, and an outline of notes.
You-
Like the
Oh,
old
OC's
school-
all
old
over
school
pen and
way.
paper.
Yeah.
OC's all over
Yeah,
pen and
I
paper.
know.
By the way, we're not going to say his name on the air for confidentiality, but his name, opposing counsel, sounds like one man telling another man to kill another man. Think about it.
All right, I am. I'm thinking. I'm stunned.
I'm lost.
I'm stunned. All right, I'm going to go to a commercial break on that. Thank you, Jerome. That was a good one. All right, we'll take a commercial break and we'll see you back. Thank you. I'm Bruce Tuff, principal of the Tuff Law Firm. We are a full-service law firm serving the greater Woodlands area and the greater Houston area. Contact us at 281-681-0808. We're tough for you.
How prepared is your family if a wildfire shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or an earthquake? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
Let's go.
you'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Make a plan today.
Go to youtube.com on your smartphone, tablet, or PC. Subscribe us on YouTube at Radio The Boss 91.1 FM.
Hey there, Texas. Jensen Ackles here. There's a lot of scary stuff out there. But you know what's really scary? Distracted drivers. With their heads down, they're texting, they're swerving, blowing through stop signs and red lights. Not cool, yo. And not safe. And one other thing, it's not legal either. That's right. There's a new statewide Texas law that says you can't read, write, or send a text while driving. So heads up, Texas. Keep your eyes on the road. Talk, text, crash. Front.
Ask for your favorite songs using WhatsApp. The number 936-900-2381.
I'm Bruce Tuff, principal of the Tuff Law Firm. We are a full-service law firm serving the greater Woodlands area and the greater Houston area. Contact us at 281-681-0808. We're tough for you. Hey, I'm Bruce Tuff. Welcome back to the Legal Fix,
Sing it,
where we
Bruce.
are tough for you and we answer your tough questions. Hello.
Hello.
And the singing quintet of legal minds. Hey, so we are on business law today. We're talking about business organizations, business formation, handling any business questions you may have. We had an excellent caller who was thinking about going into the wedding business and talking about a choice of formation for the entity. And then off air, Boy Wonder said we got a call about a business question. What do we have, Boy Wonder?
yes, we had a group out of the Midwest call. They're being sued as a franchisor after their franchisee messed something up and then went out of business.
Ah,
So it would be the
okay.
equivalent of the McDonald's franchise
Okay.
getting sued for a local franchisee.
We've handled a number of franchise. Let me tell you, last year was really bad because a lot of people were going into a franchisee's business. That's where you see a business like a McDonald's, you say, I want to open up one near my house, and I'm going to run the business. You know, Chick-fil-A is one, McDonald's is one, but I had several that were opening up a franchise business right before COVID. They had signed the franchise agreement, they had signed a lease agreement, they had taken money for build-out through their bank financing, and it became a wicked mess, and we were trying to unravel it all and get them out of it because there was no practicality of going forward, and found out
Force
that majeure in the lease. Force majeure gave them a waiver on the lease and a waiver in the franchise agreement, so we were able to help them with their
What about
legal
the plague?
dilemma.
Well, you remember the plague disclaimer?
Oh yeah. There was another lease. So I'm reading the lease. So if you had a lease agreement and you had COVID and there's a shutdown because of COVID, can you claim business interruption costs on your insurance policy? So a lot of people have general liability insurance, and if you have a business interruption, like if a storm, a hurricane, some kind of event, some event happened. So I read through the lease agreement. I'm on page 104, attachment II, and it says disclaimer. This is an exclusion. Exclusion for infectious disease, plagues, and it just went on and on. It described COVID to a T. And this lease was like 10 years ago, and I was going, who the hell thinks this stuff up?
Is this a quote from Exodus?
The word was pandemic.
Oh, they did. Yeah, Boy Wonder caught it. Yeah, the word they used in it was pandemic. So, you know, and of course it has an exclusion for...
Was it made in China?
It wasn't. It wasn't in China. Yeah, it came from China. Yeah. There was a restaurant.
China.
It was a restaurant.
Yeah, the property was in China.
Hey, in the spirit of Boy Wonder, I have a tough question for him.
Fire away, Jerome.
Did you bike here? Are you best friends with Lance Armstrong? Are you an amateur professional wrestler?
I got beat up so bad in trial I have to wear sunglasses to cover my black eye.
Yeah, but you were...
I would not agree with that.
Yeah.
The result we didn't like, but Boy Wonder for his first trial did absolutely amazing.
Oh, that's right.
Thank you, G.I. Jerome.
Yeah, you did good.
I don't think he could have done any better.
You did good. Yeah, I was a little worried for him. He was getting a little bloodshot in the eye. He was getting a little punch drunk a little bit. He was just like, "Whoa, hey, are you okay, Brandon?" Oh, yeah.
Everybody did their part. Brandon was an amazing orator. Bruce got all of our pieces of evidence in, 50 to nothing, thousands of pages to nothing.
The boys, they handed every exhibit over.
Yeah.
50 exhibits physically.
Yeah, that ranks right up there.
They were alternating because they were right at the key hub position, you know, like in the captain's chair. And so when we went and did the examination of the witnesses, then Vincent would mark them and Cortland would mark them and then walk them up to the court reporter and then place them down on the desk gently, just where they're supposed to be.
Good boys.
Yeah, it was excellent.
And then they were up
gently?
Masterfully, yes. It's a precise science, the way they had to lay them down.
Then they were up redacting till 2 a.m. after the first day of trial after getting admonished by the judge.
Oh my God, we have to do the redactions. I know, that's important. We've learned some big lessons, didn't we, gentlemen?
Yes, sir, we did.
Yeah. So,
biggest mistake. What was the biggest mistake of the week?
Biggest mistake, I think, is underestimating a jury. Because I like that. I think we all did very well, but you gotta. Some things are just out of your hands, and you gotta think 2 steps ahead. And sometimes the jury just doesn't come out the way that you think, and you just gotta take that into account.
I'll take a slightly different tack on that. It sucks about the jury, but that's something that when it comes down to it, we can't control what people think. We can only influence them and hope that they side with our point of view. So if I've got to say one thing that'll at least help us all sleep a little bit better is getting the trial binder done a few days earlier next time, as opposed to waiting until 2, 3 in the morning.
That's my fault. I'll take the blame.
Oh, no.
That's on you, Boy Wonder.
Yeah. I'm only one man, Bruce.
Hey, if you guys ever have any legal needs, business organization, personal injury, wills and probate, any of the legal matters, please call the Tough Law Firm at 281-681-0808. We can handle all of your legal needs. One of the callers says, "Hey, how do I get a hold of you?" It's Tough Law Firm, 281-681-0808.
6810808.
Yes, sir. We'd love to help you out, and we look forward to the show all the time. We really appreciate your tough legal questions, and right now we're in the middle of handling some member disputes, which are in a limited liability company, and it's massive. 2 members fighting over property, and it's a big deal. So please call us. Call the Tough Law Firm. Call a Legal Fix. 281-681-0808. We're tough for you.
The Legal Fix.
Hey, thank you guys.